guys, it's Paul from Online Sax Academy, and in today's lesson we've got 12 phrases from beginner to advanced over a short 2-5-1. If you're not sure what a 2-5-1 is, stick around, I'll be explaining all about it. So a 2-5-1 refers to a chord sequence, and it's one of the most popular ones in all of jazz. So the numbers refer to the degree of the scale in which we've built the chord. So here's the major scale of C major. It consists of 7 different notes, and we can just number them from 1 to 7. The way we build a chord is by skipping notes. So you can see for the D minor chord, we add on a D, we skip to an F, an A, and then a C. And we can do the same for the 5 chord, which is known as G7, and that's got a G, B, D, and F. And obviously for the C major chord, our chord 1, we have a C, E, G, and a B on top. Now these notes that make up the chords are unsurprisingly called the chord tones. Now 2-5-1s come in different lengths, so often you'll see a 2-5-1 as one measure of chord 2, one measure of chord 5, and then 1 or 2 measures of chord 1. In today's video though, we've got phrases written over a short 2-5-1. So all that means is we're now putting these chords into a smaller space. Now improvising over these can seem quite daunting because the chords are moving quite fast. You've now only got 2 beats per chord rather than the usual 4. And that's why for this video I've put together 12 example phrases that you can go through and digest and take certain ideas from them and incorporate them into your own jazz vocabulary. Of course, if you're new to improvising, then you can use these phrases as a way to open up your ears and start to understand some of the language that makes up these sounds. So to get started, in the description below there's a link to my site onlinesaxacademy.com, and over there you'll be able to head to the free library where you can get the free PDF which has all of these phrases written out in the key of G major for alto saxes and C major for tenor saxes. And premium members can get access to these phrases in all 12 keys as well, and that's available in the premium library. So the beginner phrases are made up just using the chord tones of whichever chord you're on at the time. And this is a great first step for when you're learning to improvise and you want to outline the chords that you're playing over. And I have one phrase starting on each chord tone of your first 2 chord. Now in the workout we have the example 2-bar phrase, and then we have a 2-bar gap with the same chord sequence. And in this gap you can either repeat that phrase, you can even try and do it from memory, or you can improvise your own answer phrase. When you're improvising an answer phrase, you can try and start on that same chord tone and try to find a smooth pathway through the chords, moving to the nearest chord tone as the chord changes. And this will help give your lines a really melodic feel. Now if this is a bit newer to you, obviously the first step is to learn these chord tones for each of those chords. So that if I said to you, what are the chord tones in A minor 7? You'll be able to say A, C, E, G. And you'll be able to play A, C, E, G, and even expand the range as well. So go to the lower A, C's, E's and G's on the sax, or the higher ones. And you should be able to do that for the 3 chords in your 2-5-1. Also, when you know these chord tones really well, when you go back and look at these example phrases, they'll make much more sense and you'll be able to see, okay, I'm going from the 7th to the 3rd here, and you can try experimenting with those sounds yourself. So here's that beginner version. Alright, now for the intermediate phrases, we're also including some what are known as chromatic passing notes. I'm also using what's known as the flat 9 degree on the dominant 7th chord. Now, if all of this sounds like gibberish, don't worry. Over at Online Sax Academy, On the courses page, I have a practical music theory course which steps you through right from the beginning of what a major scale is, all the way up to these higher concepts, such as chromatic passing notes and enclosures and different kind of substitutions and things you can add on to chords to add more colour and interest to your lines. Alright, so here are those intermediate phrases. Okay, so now it's time for the advanced phrases, and on these I was using things like the tritone substitution on the dominant chord, I was using some upper structures on that dominant chord, some more chromatic passing notes. Again, all of this stuff is explained in the practical music theory course. Okay, so here are those advanced phrases. Okay, so don't forget to head over to Online Sax Academy to get your free PDF in the free library, which has all of these phrases in the key of G major. Do head over to the memberships page where you can see everything we have on offer for premium members. And another video I'd recommend checking out is this one here, where we've got phrases over a long 251. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on future lessons, and I'll see you next week.